In August of 2024, this past year, we hosted the first ever African Farmers Agripreneur Accelerator program. We have a number of farmers across Africa who are members of the GFN. We have global conversations about what about Africa and all this, and the billions and billions of dollars that have been invested in Africa agriculture, in smallholders, etc. Why are we still talking about Africa?
Thanks so much for joining us. I have Mary today on a new episode of Illinois Corn TV. Mary is the CEO of Global Farmer Network. So thanks for coming on today, Mary. How are you doing?
Tara, I am fabulous, and thank you for having me. Illinois Corn has been a great partner of the Global Farmer Network, and it's just such a great opportunity to join together and talk. Thank you.
Nice. Well, I'm going to just dive right into the questions. And I know a little bit about Global Farmer Network, but a lot of people might not. So can you just talk about what Global Farmer Network is, like how many countries you represent, and a little bit about your mission?
Absolutely. 3 words, Global Farmer Network, and they each mean something. Global, 67 different countries right now. All of the members, there's 269. They are individual farmers. This is, and by invitation only. We connect farmers to organizations like Illinois Corn, to politicians and regulators, into the UN system. So Global Farmer Network, our mission is to amplify the farmer's voice.
Well, I kind of dug around your website a little bit, and I found something that really caught my eye, and it was the 2024 No-Till music video. So can you just tell me a little bit about that? Like, I don't know a lot, the backstory, but...
Suichi Tokamoto, Japan. He is a newer member to the Global Farmer Network. He is, by passion, a singer-songwriter, performer. So this is not new to him. He's actually very well recognized in the rock world of Japan. He's now one of the second largest rice farmers in Japan. He was with us, the Global Farmer Network, in Argentina in 2023, and for the first time ever was introduced to no-till agriculture. But he put this passion with, how do you tell other people about it? He was able to go to Argentina and see it. And so he's used his power of music and his love for telling stories about farming and agriculture and wrote the song called No-Till, which he then went down to Argentina and to Brazil, to friends and now fellow GFN members, and did a music video. That music video had a global release. It was July 6th of this year, over 6 million views so far.
Is there any other, I know you do so many projects, is there any other unique projects in 2024 that you can talk about that you're excited about?
In August of 2024, this past year, we hosted the first ever African Farmers Agripreneur Accelerator program. We have global conversations about what about Africa and all this, and the billions and billions of dollars that have been invested in Africa agriculture, in smallholders, etc. Why are we still talking about Africa? And our African farmers are saying exactly the same. It's not getting to the farmer. We were challenged by our members to host a small group of farmers just with the power of bringing them together. We created our own little program and started with just 15 farmers. 14 of them were actually able to be there. We met in Nairobi for 3.5 days, spent 3 days talking about what are they doing, what are the challenges they've overcome, what are the technologies specifically that they're using, what are the impacts they've seen when they've had access to some of these technologies. And by the way, is there somebody else in this room who probably is working in a similar space and you could be collaborating? Out of those 14 farmers, we have 9 very active programs that are building up. We have a young woman in Kenya. Her name is Lucy. She calls herself the Onion Doctor. Didn't know this before. Kenyan families eat on average 2 onions a day. But again, looking at something regional, bringing people together, providing them an opportunity to connect, to figure out where the collaboration opportunities might exist, and then supporting them as they continue to share knowledge and scale up.
Many countries that you're helping to connect, a way to communicate with them is webinars. So you have an abundance of webinars, and I was specifically looking at the Feeding the Future, why farmers need access to technology in 2024. So can you talk about just that webinar specifically, just a little bit, maybe sum it up?
Absolutely. Rosalie Iglesias was one of the speakers. Guillermo Breton, Mexican farmer, was the second speaker. Rosalie is from Philippines. She's known as the GM queen of Southeast Asia. She was one of the very first farmers to do some of the trials on GM corn, BT corn. She was widowed, 3 kids, and wanted to put them through college. Her backstory is stunning as well. But the reality of having access to that particular top technology allowed her, as a non-farmer who became a farmer who had access to technology, put all 3 boys through college, added a bathroom to her house. So quality of life issues that the rest of us can really understand because of that access to technology. Guillermo Breton is a Mexican farmer and wants access to this other technology, but he's been doing some other things as well. And he was sharing how he uses glyphosate and how these technologies are so important for Mexican farmers. And so, it's using these webinars to share knowledge, bringing the farmers' expertise from their own farms, talking about how they use it, why it matters, has become the core for that kind of series.
What programs do you have in place maybe going forward or for 2025?
This group, the Global Farmer Network, started basically by farmers to talk about why trade matters. So as we move into 2025, in the reality, that hasn't changed at all. We're still talking about trade. We're still talking about access to technology. We're just using it with more voices who are saying the same thing, but coming from different backgrounds and have a different background that they can share to bring it up.
Not to be corny, but why did the farmer drive his tractor to join Global Farmer Network?
I don't know.
To plow through cultural barriers. You didn't know that one? That one's everywhere. You should tell me. You can. I'll send it to you. Use it as much as you want. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Mary. I had a great time getting to know Global Farmer Network, and we're going to have you on more because I want to know more and meet all these people and take a look at that music video. But thanks for joining again today.
Carol, what a pleasure. Thank you so very much.